body. What on earth? What else do you do with a bar of soap? Can you think of anything? Just marvellous how hopeless that is.
I couldn't believe that they actually said that after a day this would firm up and become a real soap. You know, that was clearly unbelievable and a complete missell. So I just didn't even want to
is the word you're looking for.
A complete lie.
It was Neural trying to sell it on the idea that if you got any in your mouth, it'd taste nice.
I mean, speaking of that, as they were doing it on the show, it did look to me like something that somebody had eaten, sort of like taken a big bite out of and then wrapped. It was the most disgusting thing we've seen, actually.
Yeah. Can we just have the soap back? I just want to give it to... thank you. Can you believe you lost to that rubbish?
Got it. Tragic. Oh, dear.
It's not good, is it? You wouldn't want to unwrap it in case it went all over your hands. There was general bewilderment in the boardroom when that particular product there was revealed. Look how disdainfully Margaret passes it across. And then Sir Alan gets completely confused. Absolutely bewildered. You probably get more joy out of it as a mobile phone than a bar of soap. Is there anything you'd have done differently apart from the calculation calamity?
I should have stepped back and not had anything to do with the costs at all. That was my downfall. If I'd have delegated it and then not even tried to keep an eye on it.
But then you could have pinned it on them.
Yeah.
But are you ruthless enough to pin anything on anybody like that? I mean, look at Yasmina here.
I was really good friends with Paula, like we got along very, very well. After what happened in the boardroom, I had to say that I think she should be fired, and really it was just to save my own neck. Like, I think if I could do it to Paula, I could do it to anyone. So I may as well just carry on being really friendly towards everybody because I know that I've got the capacity to turn around and shit on them in the boardroom now.
It was very delicately put, wasn't it? Could you conduct yourself like that?
No, I've got quite a strong moral code and I just couldn't shit on anybody enormously. No, I couldn't go to sleep at night if I did that.
But you're friendly with Yasmina. She doesn't seem to have any trouble sleeping having done it.
No, I am friends with Yasmina.
Well, you were friends with Yasmina until you saw that.
No, I can understand why she did it as well, but everyone's different and I didn't come into it to behave in that way and I've always been... honest and straight up, and that's why I took those two into the boardroom when I could have taken in other people for other reasons.
Yeah. Let's have a look what Sir Alan and your fellow apprentice candidates had to say about you.
Paula was good at the marketing side of the task. She had a good product, but she lost all control of the cost. Unforgivable.
Paula relied on Yasmina a lot to make the decisions.
I'll put a £5 for that.
Yeah.
It won't be any more than that now.
No.
Oh, yeah, come along, that'd be very nice, you know. I'm not saying you need to be like bloody Maggie Thatcher every time, but you do have to kind of be a little bit more direct.
She overlooked a really fundamental part of the task, which was the costings.
How much can we buy it at? How much can we sell it at?
The only time I was ever involved in costing was when she asked me to come over to confirm that 3 7s were 21. No-brainer, and she still used a bloody calculator to work it out. Did the girl even go to school?
She made a huge error. She said, well, sorry, I don't do costs. Well, that's a fundamental part of running a business. That was the reason I fired her.
So who's got on your nerves there? Ben, for a start.
Ben. Oh, Ben. Ben's really good fun, but he does walk around like a peacock. He loves himself immensely.
We'd picked up on that, actually.
Yeah. He said some quite nasty things about different people as well. That was quite personal and cutting. And yes, I did go to school and got far better qualifications than him.
Right.
So, with his Sandhurst, 10 years ago, yeah. Whatever.
I know. Well, we'll reflect on that. We'll reflect on that shortly. Neural. I mean, we haven't seen his performance. What did you make of it?
Neural. What a shame. What was he doing? I don't know. I just think he didn't do very much, did he? I do really feel sorry for the lad. Why didn't he just... At least I made some decisions and...
He didn't do much. I mean, for the first time ever, we always pick one that had a narrow escape, the one that kind of got away. And this week, it's the project manager of the winning team.
I'm here to show Sir Alan that I am a natural leader.
Right, OK.
What are our options?
I think if it was left to Nurul, they wouldn't have done anything yet.
I'm going to have to call you back within a few minutes. Oh, right.
He didn't seem to know what was going on.
I would rate myself a salesperson as 10 out of 10. Good afternoon. Can I pinch your money every time, please? No? I've got the gift of the gab. Today we've got Bath. I'm very confident with customers. I'm very approachable. No? Do you want to smell it? I haven't actually managed to get anything just yet.
Did he say he hadn't sold anything?
Yeah, I know he said that.
Did he say that?
Would he be any good to you in your business, Sarah?
I don't think he's got the passion to be selling the kind of dream and the lifestyle and the ingredients to the whole story, and we also don't do the selling approach with bioterrorism suits on.
No. Actually, on that point, it would be alarming as you emerged up the escalator coming out of the tube and were confronted with someone like this.
Especially holding something that was dripping.
Absolute alarm. What did you make of him, Andy?
Nurul, well, my favourite bit on the, when we saw it, was the actual bit where he goes, "Guys, listen! Guys, listen! Guys, listen!" And then he said nothing.
Well, perhaps he won't listen to nothing. Perhaps he wanted a moment of contemplation. Jo?
Oh, God, I mean, I've got nothing on Nurul. I think he's got, he's just sort of offered nothing, and I think we're all marvelling before, hasn't he got a degree in chemistry or something? And you'd think he'd be able to put something together that actually looked like soap, but...
Let's talk about Ben. You're going to enjoy this,
yes.
I'm sure. He showed his aggressive side, and it did look like he was going to talk himself into a sacking, didn't it? But it looked at the end of the show that he might have learnt his lesson. He'd realised what a narrow escape he'd had.
Words couldn't even describe how much I want this. I'm going to rip people limb from limb together. Biggest fight of my life.
Stop fanning around!
Can I just make a point on that? Can I finish,
because I was already speaking?
You better believe I've got the ammunition loaded up to absolutely drill them into the ground.
Well, let's talk about £5 and £700 if you want to talk about idiots.
If I have to take people to bits, I will do. I'll bite their bloody teeth out.
Yeah, well, show yourself to be a bit of a thug.
Well, I've got a scholarship to Sandhurst.
If your weapon jams, your life's in jeopardy.
Well, I've got a scholarship to Sandhurst.
Yeah. Did you go?
No.
I haven't taken the claws on it yet, and if he tries that, I'll actually rip them apart.
Talk any more, and you'll talk yourself out the door.
In its own way, that's one of the greatest exchanges of the whole Apprentice series, I think. That business about Sandhurst. Let's just look at that once more.
Well, I've got a scholarship to Sandhurst.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you go?
No.
It's Python-esque, isn't it? Absolutely bizarre. What? I mean, this business about biting your teeth out. It's just horrible, that. I've never had anyone else use it.
It's horrible, completely unnecessary. He decided he was going to come in all guns blazing for me, and it was completely unnecessary, absolutely no need for it.
Jo?
I think one amazing achievement, though, is like week 4, and he's managed to become the undisputed arse of the series. I just hate the man. So, well, the boy, stupid boy, I think. And I just can't believe I know that everybody's out for themselves, but there's so much teamwork involved in it, and he's been so ungallant and undiplomatic about people. I just think it's disgusting, actually. Yeah. He needs to go.
In his defence, and I hate to have to defend him, but he did sell well, didn't he? He was good out there.
He did. Everybody sold well on the second day. It was so difficult going to bed that night just thinking, shit, how are we possibly going to pull it back? We were hoping that we'd break even and that Nurul would bodge it, which he did, but we just didn't make enough, unfortunately.
We met Ben earlier. Now, Ben and James have had a few ructions. Here they are discussing their relationship, or indeed mutual loathing, in week 2.
I do have an issue with Ben.
I think James is weak.
He has the education of a toff and the manners of a rat sometimes.
He's arrogant because of his age. I don't think he's particularly smart.
You should have seen him the other day, man, when he was going, "These are my people. I'll chat to them about stocks and shares while I'm selling them sandwiches."
Always